that is structured within the community. And the two aspects of the traditional healer, mental health and herbalism, have worked in many African countries for many, many, many years. And for a long time, the Sangoma in South Africa was seen as a marginal figure. But studies have shown that Sangoma's training is equivalent to the training that a psychiatrist gets. But their worldview is actually an African worldview, and they treat their patients with the same insights that a Western psychiatrist would have about a Western patient. And just to remind you that about 30% of most populations in the world have clinical depression. In this audience, 1 out of 3 of us would be depressed, clinically. And the help that we need, the help that we need can be provided very efficiently by the traditional healer, who is trained as well as the Western psychiatrist.
Right.
There's nothing voodoo about what
Exactly. Yep.
It is actually a traditionally based medical system that has worked for 3,000 plus years.
Exactly.
I'd like to make a comment.
Yes. I'd like to share with you a story, a real story which I used over the years in my practice dealing with issues precisely of what Doctor has just said here. I had an uncle who was a very crooked man, but he joined the church, the Apostolic Church of Christ. They didn't believe in educating their children. So when he joined them, he found out that he's educated and he can read and write and count money. So quickly he rose to the leadership of the church. So long story short is that he would steal money from them, and he would collect, if they collected $1,000 during a weekend revival, he'll tell them it's $500. Well, over time, and also the quote-unquote witch doctors would come, and they wanted to become Christians. They would give up all the information to do with how they kill people, or how they treat this disease and that disease, and he just collected all those herbs. After a while, he thought he had enough to go on and become his own traditional healer. But the story I'm underscoring here is that he became well known, not for using those herbs, but he was well known for saving marriages, because he thought this was such an amazing thing. And what he did was he took charcoal, grind it into fine little particles, put it in a fancy little gourd, and he would take the husband, go to the corner with him, and say, just before you eat your meal, take a little bit of this, sprinkle it over your wife's food, take the first bite, and keep it in your mouth. But don't let her see you. And then once she takes her bite, you can swallow your bite. And after that, anytime you have an argument, the minute she starts raising her voice, you better be quiet. And then he'll take the wife in a corner and say, listen, when your husband, whatever it is the husband does regularly, coming back from work, before he takes a bath, sprinkle this in his bath, and you take a sip and hold it, and keep it in your mouth until he gets out of the tub. And the minute you see him come out, you swallow that. And moving forward, whenever he raises his voice, you better be quiet. My uncle was known, people came from long and far for marriage counseling, and he was known for saving marriages. It takes two to tango. May I rest my case?